This is why I train in martial arts.
You know, he swung the knife, and I blocked it. I blocked it with his hand.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying?
Fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm going to say this over and over again, even though I'm probably going to have to get a copyright strike and have to redo this video where I describe the interview and link to it. But this is from Vlad TV, and the rapper China Mac is talking about 2 incidents where he got stabbed in prison. Why would I put that on a martial arts channel? Because there is a technique. I don't say I invented this, even though I don't know anybody else that really teaches it, because it's something I kind of discovered on my own from yoga and from sparring for Taekwondo. I call this blade of grass technique because I really don't know what else to call it. It is something I've had kids rehearse by taking the kicking shield, the hitting shield, and I have it come at their head, and we do it real slow, and I make them lean this way. I'll make them lean that way. You do it real slow. Lean back. Lean down. Because the first time I've actually had to use it, maybe it didn't work because I'm stumbling over my words. When I was a kid, people don't believe me to this day. Another kid came from behind with a baseball bat trying to take my head off. And just like China Mac says in the interview, God was with me that day because I went like this, slipped the bat off. Then I got back up, grabbed the bat, started punching, and the boys running off. I kept kicking them and kicking them and kicking them and kicking them. Like a little shot, like a little dancer. Kept kicking them. China Max talks about how he slipped. How one time he used this blade of grass technique. He slipped an assault at his throat. Okay? Slips it. And he doesn't get cut that bad. The second time, he was being too rigid with his blocking. He didn't block grab. So this is where how we tend to train just blocky. This is where the people who are anti-blocking are right. Because not that his block didn't work. Okay? He blocked and then he failed to grab the person's hand like he said he should have in a knife fight. Secure the hand is I've listened to this thing 8 times. The first time it actually registered where he was talking about was securing a hand. Because I know what I would instinctively do if I see somebody getting ready to get a knife, if I know they come reaching for something, if I can get my hand on it in time, this hooking motion, that's in the form Jun Gun. That's one of my applications for it. Is it used to hold something down and lock my arm out so they can't get out what they're going to get out, and then I come over top of him like this. He's fighting an impromptu, basically mini sword. You could say short sword or prison machete. He's fighting it with the little prison improvised ice pick. And he said the only reason why he's alive, he didn't get decapitated. He was too rigid with his block. He didn't secure the hand, so he didn't blade of grass this time when the guy cut him. But fortunately, the guy's knife was dull, according to him. From what I've been told about knives from a teacher I had many, many years ago now, the problem may not have been that it wasn't sharp enough. It may have been that the person chopped with the knife like this. Be clear now, I've never stabbed or cut anybody. Also, all I know is theory. The person chopped. If you're using a knife, chop, don't do it. Chop will get you some penetration. So you'd have to have an extreme amount of strength, like you're swinging a sword, okay? And you just go all the way through. What gets it with a knife is not chop. It's slice and poke. Because if you think about it next time you go to carve up the turkey. This is holiday time when I'm making this video. If you try to chop the turkey, the knife's not going to cut. You have to slice the turkey. So when you're fighting someone, you have to slice them or poke through them. And remember, I'm not going to give out the military stuff, but you have to You have to slice, and I'll say slice and get between. Okay? Instead of just choppy, choppy, choppy. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to play, we'll say, abridged versions of China Mac describing how he slipped. That's what gets me. Now, if somebody can slip an edged weapon, why y'all believe that I couldn't get lucky and slip a bat? I never said it was a Major League Baseball player coming up behind a brother. I said it was child on child, okay? Wasn't even a grown man, it was child on child. So I will concede that I'm sure some of that lack of momentum because it was child on child helped me to slip it. But then again, I know I did a video probably a couple of hundred videos ago where a child killed a child, hit him in the back of the head with a bat. But anyway, check out what China Mac said using what I call blade of grass technique. I guess you can say it comes from, well, you can say it comes from Cecil Taekwondo. But I got it from just the stretching and yoga, relaxing, having my breathing together at one time. So by the time I avoided the blow, it was about 3/4 of a breath. Let's watch. If you don't watch it, then you know YouTube made me get rid of it. This is why I train in martial arts.
So the phone was hanging, and I look around. Yo, who using the phone? Nobody. I look. Nobody's on the phone. And nobody's talking. Hello, hello. It was just boop, boop, boop. Like, so I started getting on the phone. I was on the phone with my mother. So I'm like, yo, I'm talking to my moms and shit. Somebody taps me, and he like, yo, that's my phone. Like, I'm like, all right, you gonna like wait until I get off? He's like, all right. So I'm like, all right. So I turn around, and I'm stupid. I'm facing the wall, and I'm talking to my mom. And somebody comes behind. He comes behind me, and he grabs my shoulder, and then he reaches over, and he like cuts me. So I rolled with it, and I went this way, and you know, luckily it didn't really cut me that bad. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, over the phone. I came out, and he came out, and then was like, yo, what's up? He pulled out this fucking big rusty shit was like this big, a shank. It was like a rod from somewhere, right? Like it wasn't like it was like a flat thing, and he sharpened it so like it would be a knife. So it's a big rusty shit. So he pulled this shit out, and then I had this fucking like little thing, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, you're outgunned, basically.
I couldn't. I mean, I was committed already. I couldn't go. I couldn't run. So he had this big ass knife. I didn't know what I was doing when I was young. I really never. At that time, that was my first, like a knife situation. So, you know, he swung the knife, and I blocked it. I blocked it with his hand, and instead of securing the hand like I was supposed to do, I was supposed to block it and secure it. I was so like red, like I just want to harm him. So I blocked it, and I let my hand down, and I just started cutting him. Boom, boom, boom. And I started cutting him in the face, head, and he swung again. He swung the knife again and hit me in my neck, right? And thank God, God's with me, B. Like that God is with me. The knife wasn't sharp enough. You know what I mean? If it was sharp enough, the shit was like this, it would have went through my fucking neck. I wouldn't have been here today. We would have never met. You know what I'm saying? And I cut him, but he stabbed me in my neck twice. And yeah, and after that, I never seen him again. After that, and yeah.
So there you have it. I'm not making this video to glorify, glamorize, or advocate, or condemn. I'm just taking this information just as it is. I look at it like he's been in the field, you know, whether he got there. We're not going to debate how he got there, anything like that. Point is, he was in that type of conflict. That's how he survived it. Some of the stuff he did organically reminds me of moves that we do in the forums. And I can only talk about a similar type of incident. So we're going to take that. We're going to take what's useful from that, absorb it, and just discard the rest. And one thing I do want to say, though, that is kind of a judgment, is I don't advocate knife-on-knife fighting unless, hey, man, you're in a tough situation and you just gotta. It's not something I definitely recommend for us supposedly law-abiding civilians. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people that like to talk about the martial arts. Please check out the original footage, because in the original footage, he goes into stuff that dovetails with that Tao of Jail playlist that I made. And I'm going to put this in the Tao of Jail playlist too, where he talks about the intricacies of how the person that attacked him twice was enabled by the people that worked there. So that's part of, I guess you could say, the Tao of Jail, the Tao of Prison. And peace. And thank you for your time. Please share this video and subscribe. I need my views up. Thank you. And subscribers up too.